We are talking about uh, karma yoga. I want to give one real incident that took place yesterday. This 89-year-old woman has been with me almost for the last 15 years. She does one session every week. So, yesterday when we met, she told me that she is suffering. I said, "Oh, you are quite healthy, everything is fine. What happened to you?" She said, my son has two heart attack and hence I am also, because he is suffering, so I am suffering. I didn't say anything, until I started the session. I normally ask people in a private session, last week, how many times you were anxious, you were reactive? Tell me. And why? Then I suddenly asked her, I'm hungry, can you eat for me? I have a nurse to go to the restroom, can you go for me? Can you sleep for me? No, no, how can? Are you crazy? I said, yes. Can you take suffering of anyone, including your son? So she started staring at me. She said, no. Then why are you suffering? That is the beauty of karma yoga. When we understand what exactly is the karma yoga and we apply, when to apply, just here and now, in the family, in relationship, at professional, at social, at all levels, because life is action and action is life. Here in karma yoga, no ego. You use the word I, me, mine. Yes, everything is okay. You are doing only karma, always ego is there, and the ego is full of fear, anxiety, duality, conflict, problems, suffering. Karma yoga recognizes that Karma yoga recognizes as such that there is no ego at all. That is delusion. If there is no space, I cannot move my hand. Do you recognize that? It's a part of the great design by the existence. There is no light, I cannot see you. So when we recognize that there is no called ego, doer and the enjoyer in us, actions are happening. So I remain a knower, a meditator, and in meditation, in real self. And from the real self, you think, speak, and act in your life. I jump to the higher level of the karma yoga. I'm summarizing everything. You have heard about satoguna, rajoguna, tamoguna. They are doing all the actions. Last week I just explained the pendulum, activity and the rest, activity and the inertia. I have to stand in the middle. But let us see how to understand this in another way. I jump to advance. Now every time you say that we are doing higher, yes, until you reach there. meditation, I started saying living wisely. Why? It is a state of being. No, what is that state of being? It is real self, it is pure consciousness. That is all pervading, that is unchanging, that is permanent. That is the nature of peace and happiness. So all your actions, your thoughts and speech and action are coming, being expressed, manifesting out of the real self, not from the ego. No, I'm beautiful, that's why I have an ego. Even at the age of 64 years, you see my beauty. Say yes, yes. But I want to know, behind the skin and the body, which is 64 years old? Is protein 64 years old? Is carbohydrate 64-year old? Tell me. Which is? So it means I am crazy. I am constantly creating a delusion in my life. So once you create a delusion in your life, then you are bound to suffer. Delusion leads to ignorance. Come back. So meditation is this. Now we have understood what is living wisely. But how to understand the opposite? What is living unwisely? I've already covered. I'm summarizing it. What is living unwisely? Living unwisely means living by the mind that is regulated, dictated by instinct and impulses, habits. Animals are living by automated survival mechanism. Do you recognize that? So when we say automated survival mechanism, it is programmed by the nature. Do I want to be programmed by the nature? So what is that difference between these two? Can you make out? How to express that? I can also be programmed and automated, controlled by the nature. That is one. Animals are done. But I recognize that now I am carried away by the instinct and impulses. Same thing, whether you say ego or instinct and impulses. But I recognize it. Animals do not recognize. Do you see that? We both eat, we both have a reproduction, we both have all the safety, security, food, eat, sleep, etc. Impulse, what the science says, is the natural urge, automatic urge to survive. And instincts are emotional, physical, mental, intellectual reaction. Keep in mind the difference and find out the answer. What happened? I recognize and animals do not recognize. Say, you have won the Miss Universe title. I'm addressing the women. For example, you return home and your pet dog jumps on you, and dog says, yes, I have recognized you are a Miss Universe. Does it happen? And in a delusion you say, no, you are jumping, I know, I have won the Miss Universe. That is why you are jumping on me. Today I find that you love little more than we do it. I'm just What do you say? I'm just, pricking? Yes, pricking your mind that to understand that part. Look at this beer guy. Huh? I gave a wonderful lesson. Do you recognize my pet dog? No, I don't have any, so I'm just telling. Or I'm the rich and the poor. Recognize the two things. Animals, self-awareness is programmed. Our self-awareness, we can be free or we leave it to be controlled by the nature. Now we are talking about the karma yoga. Yes, I'm talking about the karma yoga. Understand? Do animals have ego? Question. They don't have ego, so they don't need to practice karma yoga. If they have an ego, then mosquito will sit on my hand and say, no, I don't like you, so I will sit on the hand of a brandy. There is no doer and enjoyer in them. Mosquito is programmed, sits on the hand, sucks the blood, and says, okay, I got it. They don't have the doer and the enjoyer. All living species except human beings, are offered an automated survival mechanism. We have coined a new word for it. You see that how good we are observing the animal. We say ecosystem. Do you understand? Tiger depends on deer depends on forest, grass, vegetable kingdom. You see? Then there is a river. Oh, that is what we call a forest ecosystem. We have forgotten our ecosystem. That's a problem. We don't recognize it. That's why we live in stress and suffering in our life. Go a little further. Nature offers all the animals everything that they need. Do you think the tiger sits down, closes his eyes, and says, no, let me understand how many desires I have? I have to fulfill all the desires, including the mosquito, the ant, the elephant. The question remains, you have to answer in your mind. What is that which differentiates between me as a human being and the animals? They don't think. So you see that? Nature offers them everything that they need. Tiger is given the forest, animals to prey, and then we unnecessarily we want to discuss. We put a wrong logic. Oh, tiger is eating the meat, hence I am eating. Oh, so you are a tiger, okay. I accept it. Very good. No, why you are a tiger? You are a mosquito. All animals are alike. I don't agree with me, but contemplate and reflect. These are the teachings of the masters. So tiger or all animals are given what they need in the nature. Do you agree? Say yes. What else they need? Tell me. Does the tiger say, I want a big elephant. Today, I'm not interested in deer. Oh, you have time, you watch the Discovery Channel. Yes, I was watching those polar bears, and they have squirrels during the spring season, and they were so much hungry. They said, whatever is available, let me take it. It is automated. Clear? We are going deeper. Tell who are missing this session they should go for it. Tiger now ask if tiger has a ego. It will say, no, 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 I do not like deer. Oh, I have to wait for an elephant. Waiting for an elephant, whether I can find it or not. That waiting is expectation, that desire, and that desire creates a doer in me in order to become an enjoyer. That doer and the enjoyer is ego. That is what we have been doing since our birth until today. Our master says karma yoga. No, we are coming. But what is the answer? What is the answer? Answer is that all the animals live with the lower self-awareness. They have self-awareness. You cannot deny that. They have a limited self-awareness. We have a higher self-awareness. No, but you are talking about you. Wait. I'm coming to that. We are understanding. Tiger, even though very strong, very alert, stronger than we humans, have a limited self-awareness. Now, how can you prove that? Put an open cage and put a sheep inside. Because of the higher self-awareness, I have a perspective, there is a cage, there is a sheep, and then should I go inside? No. Tiger watches, limited self-awareness. Focus is where? On the cage or the sheep? So from why it is on the sheep? Automated mechanism. Did you understand that? Say yes. So the moment the tiger enters into the cage, closed. I'm suffering because of you. Case. Because you are suffering, so I should also cry. Okay, cry, keep on crying. Our self-awareness, we live with a higher self-awareness because we know I know that I need not to enter into the cage, but take food out of the cage and eat it if I want. Limited self-awareness. I'm not saying that they do not have. Another difference is that they are not a thinker. Because thought gives me the knowledge, right knowledge or wrong knowledge, that's a different. I'm coming to karma yoga by making you clear why we have to do. Animals need ego to live and regulate their lives? No. Limited self-awareness has a chip, a semiconductor inside their brain. So nature has provided a semiconductor in the tiger to prey animals, in the deer to eat grass. Are you clear? Are you becoming clear? Say yes. Otherwise, listen to it. So nature gives each one of them for survival, gives themselves limited intelligence. My intellect is free. I can choose, I can observe, I can think. That is the meaning of higher level of self-awareness. Are you getting it? Yes, I'm getting it. All animals are given what they need for survival. Their physical survival. They grow. Look at another example that you will be surprised, and why you should be surprised. We all are human beings, so we have no surprises. So all animals are given what they need for physical survival. Forest, deer for the tiger, grass for the deers, earth for the forest. See the entire ecosystem. Plants get water, sun, limited self awareness. We are living in a semi desert area, so there are different plants because of the semiconductor. They are put by the nature in them. So now answer another question, because we are doing karma yoga to purify the mind, to get rid of this ego. So why ego is not developed in animals? Because of the conductor, semiconductor. For them, security, food, sleep, and reproduction all are operated by the instinct and impulses, whatever you say, from generation to generation. What about the human being? Nature is there, but something more is there. We are also given everything, no doubt about it. No. Then what? What do you want to say? I want to say that you see how the self awareness, we live with a higher self awareness, and the self awareness continues to grow. So, what is the factor the nature has provided in us? Let me put it in a negative way. We do not start jumping just after the birth. We are helpless. Do you understand that? Cubs, babies of the animals. Huh? Look at the cow. The cub is born and they stand up, jump. They search the breast of a cow, mother. What about us? What about us? The mother approaches the kids. Now I'm talking of human being. I have left the animal. You are talking of higher self-awareness, and now you have brought the human race down? No. It is because I am helpless, because the outer situations, it approaches me, so I can raise my awareness. That is why the mother approaches the babies in case of a human race. You leave. If my mom left me at the time of the birth, I'm going there, I will return after. I will not chase my mom. Are you understanding that point? I will cry, but I will not change. Crying is a part of the automatic survival mechanism, but I'm still helpless. Crying is not going to help me unless the mom approaches me. Opposite in other animals. Opposite. Oh, so do you mean they are not living at a higher level of awareness? No, they are automated. From there, the learning starts. Human being needs to make an effort by self-awareness. I-ness takes birth. I-ness is the product of self-awareness in the beginning. I'll take a couple of more sessions on the Karma Yoga, but I'm just making so. Animals do not need a mental maturity. They already have a chip. They have to work according to the chip created by the nature. Our mind is evolving, constantly evolving. Why it is evolving? Because there is an I-ness, there is an individuality. By learning, we create an individuality that I'm different from you, you're different from me. These are the traits that makes us a difference. For mental maturity, we need an ego, and now you are saying that you have to transcend ego. Wait. Once we do not understand this, we cannot reach to the highest state of meditation or mindfulness. We have a higher self-awareness, no doubt. We have a goal of life. We have goals in life. So how do I understand that there is a goal of life? It is because of the individuality. And that individuality is ego. So first there is an ego, then I recognize an effort, then I try to perform my action in order to realize my goal. I'm summarizing and then I will take it again. So now you have contradicted yourself. There lies the solution, in contradiction. We have to move in between, exactly in the middle of the contradictions. So how Master expresses? Master says ego is a helper in the beginning. Once we recognize that there is a chip in us also to regulate our security, our safety, our reproduction, then ego is a barrier. Did you understand this part? Ego is a helper until the individuality is fully developed. After that, this ego repeats itself. And that repetition strengthens the ego, that makes me fall into delusion. And once I am into the delusion, then there is no end of the suffering. We are not able to understand this ego part. Hence, the Karma Yoga has to be done. That not only purifies the mind, but the doer and the enjoyer are missing. For those great enlightened masters, even they appear that they have done, they are doing everything, they are speaking. Speaker is there, doer is there, and enjoyer is there. But deeper inside, that is missing. Because the ego is a barrier. Tiger follows the ecosystem. They need not to organize the resources. I have to organize the resources. How I will take my next meal? Ego is a helper. Now I'm more beautiful than you. Ego is a barrier. Are you getting it? Ego is a barrier when we create. Do you remember? When we create a fake me and mine. That is why I started with this 89 years old woman. Are you so cruel? My son has a heart attack, and then that is why I am suffering. And you say that you should not suffer. So there the ego identifies, attaches. First the ego is not there. It's because of the ignorance. I create that. Then I am attached. Then attachment creates a clinging. And then then I have a feeling that I am suffering, but you cannot take the suffering of anyone. If you are hungry, you cannot, no one can eat for you. We forbid this. Development of ego in the beginning is a helper to organize resources of the nature for security, for pleasure, and other needs. Ego is a barrier when we create me and mine. We are identified with the body and mind. As long as this identification remains, no chance of reaching to the highest state of meditation or mindfulness. Karma Yoga says there is nothing inside which I can say I, me, I. We only say I because of me and mine. First, that fake I depends on the body. It says, here I am, so it means I'm the body. I'm a teacher. So fake I says, yes, you are teaching, that's right. Body is working on its own way. Mind is working on its own way. We create a fake I. That ego now is a barrier. In the beginning, it is helper. So helper and the barrier here, and you are in the middle. That is mindfulness. This week, following these couple of days, you wake up in the morning, keep in that awareness. The moment you experience any pleasure, it is enjoyer, ego. The moment you feel any pain, discomfort, it is the doer, painer, or feeler. Recognize it and continue doing your activities. The moment you recognize consciously, it will simply disappear. That is why Old Master says that you live from moment to moment. So those who are not the seekers, then if you teach them, on Google I see that. And live from moment to moment. So what is your state now? I am in deep stress. So you are living from moment to moment? Continue to increase your stress. That's the teaching of a non-seeker. Now I can go on talking. Close your eyes. Let us close your eyes. Eyes are closed, adjust and align your body. So when you adjust and align your body, you feel the sensation, move the mind from the crown of the head to the toes and experience. What do you experience? Experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Are you aware of higher and the lower self-awareness? The mind is jumping still. You have a lot of the thoughts. You don't care. That's a part of the lower self-awareness. You don't care. What do you mean? That's why I've been saying carefree is the second step. Simply you don't care. Mind? Keep on. Keep on your thinking spree. I know you're a great athlete. Unwanted, unwelcome thoughts are entering into me. You see, with a higher self-awareness, you recognize I need not to do anything. Raise your level of awareness again. You see that how we do it. Look at the head and the neck, move the mind. Know each and every cell of the head and the neck. Be there. Feel sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So it is sensation, relaxation, and stillness is not as important in the life of a higher seeker as the higher level of self-awareness can make me experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness anywhere and everywhere. Did you make out what I'm saying? The mind goes to the right arm, from the right shoulder to the fingertips. Each and every cell you experience. And what is your experience? Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You know that sensation was hidden. Why? Because of low self-awareness. What do you say? Yes. Nothing has changed. Relaxation, yeah, it was there already, hidden. But why it is hidden? Barrier. Sensation, relaxation, and still. Look at the left arm from the shoulder to the finger. Again, understand. I want to know who am I. But during the journey, when you have a long drive, obviously you stay at some restaurant, you take your snack, same way. When you move the mind on the left, you are contradicting everything what you have taught. Yes, that is the way. So, you left arm, you experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You are contradicting? Yes. Not contradicting, but complementing. Who recognizes this experience? It is the higher self-awareness. That is what we need. The chest and the belly, the middle portion of the body, from the shoulder down to the waist, and the back and the front. Oh, you are moving my mind on the objective body. Yes. Now see that? Then you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. What is after that? Nothing. Simple awareness. You are already there. In a higher self-awareness. After that, I don't talk about any objective experience. Right leg from the right side of the waist to the toes. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Left leg. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Done. the entire body. Looking inside the heart, in the cave of the heart, and you are simply reciting mentally or loudly with me. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Why we are doing it? We are replacing the barrier. We are inviting the helper, and then we will leave both. That is exactly the meaning, another meaning of the mantras. You are invoking auspiciousness. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. So first we recite it mentally, then mentally we know the meaning. So why we want to know the meaning? I want to live in higher self-awareness. The more you live in a higher self-awareness, the ego is not going to do anything to you. It becomes a slave to you. It has to be present, but as a slave, not as a master. So what is the meaning it says? Meaning says, let there be well-being for all. Ego will never say this. Ego means selfishness, limitedness, lower self-awareness. I believe you understand this. So there is a state of well-being present in all the beings on this planet? Yes. Ego means I'm different from you. But the well-being is one. How the ego will jump here? Are you looking to that? Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Let there be peace for all. It's not that I am invoking peace, I am giving peace to anyone. The moment you feel I am giving peace to it, that's why I'm praying peace for everyone. Normally we have a very illusory idea. God bless you. God is listening to you? God bless you. No, but it's okay. In society, it's okay. So I have to recognize that peace is a common factor of all the living species. So I see behind the name, form, shape, species, including my honey, my boss, etc. We normally leave that. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Let there be completeness in all. Tiger feels complete in itself, including the mosquito or an elephant or a bacteria or the virus. We always feel a sense of incompleteness. Who declares this? I have already told you. Ego, that is a barrier. So I'm making it a helper. So we are saying to this ego, you are already complete in yourself. You are a state of pure consciousness. You are the real self. Change the track. You change the track just for a week, and you see the result. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Let there be auspiciousness for all. Does the tiger and the mosquito, do they search auspiciousness? Even with the lower self-awareness, they say it's okay. We have everything. We have a feeling of incompleteness all the time. Who does this? Barrier. Where is the barrier? The ego. Helper? It has already helped to develop my individuality. That's okay. Now, my ego should not run after the attachment and detachment and the duality and a conflict and claiming I'm suffering because you are suffering. No. So, helper. So I recognize that there is an auspicious movement here and now. Look at the breath. You are aware of the breath. The breath is, make your breath a little deeper. But remember, now with the higher self-awareness, you are simultaneously aware of the steadiness of the body. Deep, silent and slow breath. Moving the mind with the breath from the crown of the head to the tailbone. As you inhale from the tailbone to the crown of the head, singing Om Shanti with every inhalation and exhalation. In the space inside. So we are invoking the free intellect. Intellect is free in human beings, provided we want. That's why the intellect is saying Om Shanti. And then the intellect says, what do you mean by Shanti? Just become aware of the infinite space all around, inside, everywhere. Om is the real self. Why we need to do it? Because ego. No, but why? We recognize everything is being done. The doer, enjoyer, feeler, painer. And I'm speaking wrong English, but you will understand. You are doing, so doer. You are enjoy, so you are enjoyer. You have a pain, so you are painer. They lose their significance. Mind is pure. Shanti. Om Shanti. It's flowing smoothly without any. Why it is flowing? No, no, I have a lot of thought. Even then, it can move slowly, move smoothly. You're living at a high level of awareness. But if that is not happening, we need to do a practice regularly. We have to understand, we have to contemplate and reflect, my friends. Are you getting it? I believe so. Shanti. Especially with the nyasa like this, helps us to take the venom out of the ego. I believe you understand. Let the ego remain. Is it dry? We take the venom out of it. Oh. So you get an answer that, oh, how can I work without ego? Yes, you can. We have taken the venom out of the ego, so whether it stays there or not, it doesn't make any difference. And now leave that, move the mind inside the cave of your heart, singing Om. And as you sing, the mind moves deeper and deeper and deeper. When the mind seemingly stops, finds a point, you drop Shanti and absorbed. If not, do it again. If yes, live into that state. I'm not speaking, there is no need. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand. Bring your mind on the left hand. You're still using ego without venom. Bring your hands both on your eyes. Know your experiences. We'll share our experiences, and if you have any question, bring your hands down. How are you? Stephen, he did not attend the session because of the barrier, and he was attending the session because of the barrier. How are you, Stephen? No,
I'm good. Great meditation. Completely absorbed in the calmness and the quietness of the meditation. So thank you.
Beautiful. Yes. How are you, Brandy? I'll come to you, Terry.
Good morning. I'm good as well. I had a little bit of wrestling, internal wrestling going on with my ego and stepping back from it. And at one point, I feel like right after you said the thing about the venom, it's like my ego was kind of like, this isn't like, none of this is real. Real self isn't real or whatever. But I feel like it, and it was like real self said, like real self knew real self was real. And that was, does that make sense? That was like the equalizer.
Yes, equalizer. We have to, one thing, very important point here, is that if there is a infighting going on in the mind, So the one who is trying to remove and one who is an obstinate, they both are the same. Higher level of higher awareness. So that's why I'm using is a higher awareness, lower awareness. I've been telling, look at the tiger, we say we are very clever. We say they follow the ecosystem. Why don't I follow? I'm little more. How are you, Terry? Today you followed the ecosystem.
I did.
You didn't move.
I like that venom thing. That was a good. That I know applies to me,
Okay.
so I recognized it. And I was having awareness of the dark space,
Good.
and in that place, I was able to have my awareness, and who was observing everything else.
Yes.
But everything else in the physical and the breath, my body was making it very hard for me to breathe. And so I was working with that, but
Yeah.
I didn't succeed. I tried
Yeah.
the swallowing. I tried doing the fast breath.
Yeah.
It was making me that I couldn't breathe through the nose. I had to breathe through the mouth, and I couldn't get it silent. It never happened. But I still had this other place that I was watching it from.
Two things. Even then, you didn't move the body. You see, body moves. It's a venom with the ego. Because I am the body.
The body twitched a few, like the hands and feet reacted to the breath.
Let it react.
But I was trying to maintain that discipline of the practice.
So yes, one suggestion, because I know that you focus a lot on the breath. So during the practice, you just make it a point that you keep doing the deep, silent, and slow breath, whatever the deep depth is, it's okay. Even a little change. Even while listening, you keep on doing this. And even the practice. So that will bring the change. I tell you, I was telling the story of this real life story of this 89-year-old woman. And when I explained to her that you cannot take the suffering of your son the way you cannot eat for me, throughout the session she was just smiling and she started laughing. And I gave her only the 10 minutes of the practice and she says, I'm very deep.
Can I ask a question about mother?
Mother, yes.
If the mother is designed by nature to care for the child, she never lets go of that and develops a detachment from the child in most cases.
We should develop a detachment to be replaced by love and compassion. I know what you want to say.
Different kind of way of expressing love than when it's an infant.
Don't you move with the love and compassion what's happening in Russia and Ukraine war to those people who are killed? No, after all, he is my son. Who gave the label son? Go on. The more deeper you go, you find out. I'm into that. She continued laughing and she said, no, now I understand. And I said, yes, my job is done. How are you, Rakesh? Now, it doesn't mean that you should be cruel to your kids and you should be cruel to your mom. Don't go opposite. The moment you go opposite, ego is the helper and the barrier. Yes, Rakesh, how are you?
Thank you, sir. So during the meditation, twice everything becomes tension,
Good.
stopped everything. Once while I was doing this vinyasa on the spine, and second time when in the cave of the heart, doing dropping the Om Shanti. So everything stopped. In fact, I feel that the death was also stopped.
Good.
So I was not breathing. So it was wonderful.
It's wonderful. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. That's really good. I am reflecting, so that's really good. You see here we use I, but that I does not contain the man. So it's okay. I'm okay. How are you, Barbara?
I'm very good, thank you. In the beginning of the meditation, I kept contemplating how you cannot suffer for somebody else, and
Yeah.
I was thinking that how that related to ego, and in a sense, in my mind, it does, because you think you can control something, you think you can make something better, and you cannot.
You can.
So that there is a huge relationship between thinking you can suffer for somebody else and ego.
And ego, yeah. We boost our ego by claiming that, my son, my mom, I'm so. It doesn't mean that you start making a joke in that condition. I'm concerned. I'm aware. To be a human being, not to become an animal. You're right. Yes, go ahead, Barbara.
Yes, and I think that once you take the emotion out of the situation or thinking you can control something, you can become more helpful because you think more clearly.
Look at the statement, is so beautiful. If I am not dispassionate to Terry, I can help her better. You look at this example. Remember this statement. I always repeat, but I miss this statement. If I live in a higher awareness, I can instantly move. I can take care in a much better way because I understand the situation. Beautiful.
So thank you for helping me understand that.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, Barbara. Are you able?
Sir, I'm good. It was peaceful. The empty space was there, relaxing, calm.
Beautiful. Are you, Samir?
Sir, no thoughts were there, very deep into it, and just following your instructions.
Very good. That too is very good. I just received an email from another woman. She says, now I am an old lady. I will answer the same. Are you Ashok?
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir. No, sorry, namaste, sir.
All good, sir.
Good, sir. Yeah. Good.
Peace and quiet. Yeah, enjoying.
To think I'm 70 years old, so I have low energy, first ask yourself, what is this 70-year-old? The venom with the ego. I have certain limitations with the body. I go with it. I enjoy that freedom. But to say that I'm 70 or 80 years old, I'm an old lady now, and I do the same stupid stuff. I will not tell you, reveal the name of that woman, But ask yourself, is protein 70-year-old? His body is made up of protein, carbohydrate, vitamin. Do you see that? And that knowledge reveals, it helps you to raise your level of awareness. Even at this age, at least, I feel every day the full of energy. It's only because that knowledge strikes. It kills the venom, it removes the venom from the ego. Okay. No, I cannot run like a young guy. It's very clear. But who is this I? This I is body. And I'm not the body. So we all have our own level at the, whether it's a body, whether it's a mind, whether it's an angel, then what? That is all. Thank you very much. We will meet again on Saturday.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.